And it's Gordo here from Gordo's Games, and we are joined today by Alan from my team at Legion TCG, with his not winning deck profile, second place deck profile from the most recent Gyrosean event. He took D Brigade, and it was myself and him that decided to join from our team, and he decided to go the whole 9 yards, placing second in one of his more larger competitive events. So it was, I think it was a 90-person event. So all around, well done to him here. So we're going to go into the profile with him now, and then we're going to just go through some of his deck text choices and matchups. So let's get into it. Alright, Alan, so thank you for joining us here today. As I said, well done. Placing second, I think it was 90 people in total in the event. So there's 170 and a load of them dropped by a certain point, if I recall correctly.
Right.
Yeah, and you ended up placing second. And what did you bring for us?
Well, as you know, I was toying with the idea of D Brigade, or at least going back to it. I never went back to it after the other commando card came out in BT5.
Yes.
Sound right? 5?
I think it's a BT5 one, yeah, the blocker one.
3, 4, 5, and then starter. Yeah, that's right. So eventually went back to that, and of course the EX head came out. So I believe you were probably using the Hagurumon in one of your practice games, and I noticed obviously that ironically triggers off, so that got added in. But you'll see that anyway.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah. Gurumon does add a lot to the deck overall, and obviously the blocker commando put a lot of graft in. Just having an additional rookie blocker is a massive thing for a rush deck.
Especially if your on deletion boy can get them for nothing.
Exactly. But take us away. Let's see the list then. The shenanigans.
Originally this was eggs wise. It was 4 and 1, and the one was the Sumomon, just to get the extra 2k buff. But after a word with yourself, that was changed to Missimon. But I upped it to 2, just more off chance that I could see it and get the extra DP. Ideally to get on top of the 5k, so I can at least take out the Mechanorimons if they want to block.
Yeah, because Mechanorimon is literally the anti to D Brigade, isn't it?
I mean, there's other ways around it in the deck, but I mean that's just a nice piece that of 2 of 5 cards, but with the right commando on top can take him out rather than waiting for the option card that you'll see later on. And it's cheaper.
Exactly.
Because you need the draw power, the 3 Pagumon.
I don't know about you, when it comes to me and that card, I'm cursed. I will no end of times reveal anything else besides what I want to see. It'll always be a defeat.
That's because you like to put a lot of other colours into your deck, or at least blue mainly.
Well,
this is just black with 4 non-black Digimon.
I remember quite rightly, you told me throughout the event, how many times did you bottom deck an Alter S?
I don't think that was with Pagumon though, that might have just been with like on deletion. That might have just been in general.
Ah. Alright, then I'll let you off there.
Right, so starting off Tamers, 2 Izzy. Self-explanatory really. Just look at the next 3 cards and put them in the order that you fancy.
Yep. Makes sense. Reset Tamer, gets you Darkmon live.
2 Izzy and Joe, again, just so you can try and get the minimum 3 memory for the Darkmon later on.
Yep.
Again, because you're kind of throwing all these Digimon about to their death, if any of them survive, your opponent kind of wants to take them out, so they're not swinging again. So as soon as they do that, it's just like, thanks, thank you for the draw. Again, with the rookie blockers, you can easily just throw one under the bus just for another draw, fill up your trash for your D Brigade.
No, it puts a lot of work, and the amount of draw power you get from that card is pretty nuts, especially in this deck.
But at least you don't have to worry about the Pagumon, because it is just a draw. You don't have to look and then you'll black Digimon.
Yeah, I found the worst part when I was playing D Brigade is the fact of when you try and remember how you put it back, and making sure you draw the correct card first. You want to draw your Darkmon after you've just stacked everything back on off the Izzy, and then a Pagamon going off to get the next card, and then your deletion thing to get the next things you want. That was probably the most painful thing to try and remember.
When it's the on-deletion ones on top of the Pokemon, I just always stick with the commando ability first. So no, pretty much when I'm playing roulette, I'll stick with the one colour. You chop and change, and then you'll screw yourself up more times than you want.
Makes sense.
Starting off with the rookies, it's just, I mean, everybody's got access to extra memory these days with the memory boosts, so 2 Tumon.
Of course.
Just note that.
Helps in the Gabby 1 matchup.
I mean, they help out in pretty much every matchup because everybody tries to run ways of gaining memory.
Well, I mean, this set, if you are looking to tweak into BT7, obviously you've got Bokomon, which he's going to put a graft against.
Yeah. And then the next 16 cards, pretty easy. Commando, Commando, Commando.
Or as Alan likes to reference to me on numerous occasions, the Commando Elite. Because everything else is just a toy. You get the reference, don't forget to leave that in the comments.
Everything else is just a card. And then, as I said earlier on, the next 4 and last 4 rookies, almost last 4 rookies, are the EX Figurumons. Again, just it's easy draw 2 cards and you're trashing one of your D Brigade in order to get the Dark Dramon out later on.
Yeah, I mean, this card obviously was made for Machine Dramon, but overall, it added a lot to this deck.
Aye. I mean, I've said to you before about you like your Cordramons, which I understand, but they're only worth it if they get hit in security. You
Oh
don't
yeah.
have to really drop it for 6 to draw 2 cards when that can do the same job for half the price and help your Dark Dramon later on.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. At the end of the day, when I played Cordramons, it was more so because I was playing the security control variant, so I was always aiming for pot luck, but sadly, it stuck to my hand like glue.
Not to mention, you don't have to worry about it when you hit it with the Pokemons.
Very true, very true.
Next into champions, it's just 2 Mechanorimons. I mean, I feel like it's just a staple for pretty much any black deck. You know, off chance that anyone does try to rush to you, it's just like put that down and stalls it. They need to deal with that before they can continue the rush.
Yeah.
And at that point, I've probably rushed them a fair amount more than what they would do me.
True, true. Sadly, Mechanori's in a bit of a tough spot this set though, with the blue stun stuff.
Possibly. I mean, I still don't see me not using them.
No, I think it still holds place even as a one of or maybe a two of, just because of how much early aggression it can. But I feel like there is a lot of ways to just go over Mechanori now.
The next one, again, because it is pretty much just a rookie rush deck with a not so much surprising attack from a Mega at the end, it's 3 Nanimon. Again, you can get them down for 3 as a champion, you can get them out for nothing in security, which happens on the occasion, and helps you swing for game. There's nothing you can really do about it. Well, I mean, there's plenty of things you can do about it, but maybe not if it's like their last attack of the game. All of a sudden, they've popped out another Digimon that they need to worry about.
Yeah, no, it can catch people off guard.
And I mean, it's a champion, so on the off chance I'm desperate for a draw, I'll just evolve on top of one of the many champions.
Yeah.
And then it's the 4 Sealdramon. Again, D Brigade.
Yeah, you just kind of have to. If you run a DBA, you have to run the full package. There's no cuts you can make.
Well, I mean, the only cut is the tank.
Yeah, sadly, he never kind of made it into the D Brigade list.
So, as you well expected, 4 Sealdramon, 4 Darkdramon. You know what they do by now. This then comes into probably the toolbox area, as I only own like one of each of the kind of like high-end level 7s. So it was just like throwing in tech pieces to deal with certain things So got one Millennium on. Aye. Anything big that I really want to get rid of, it's just, if I get it, fair enough, I'll just keep it in my hand for that moment when I do need to get rid of it. I think that's probably the worst of the three, or like the least likely I'm going to want to play out.
Yeah.
By Alter S. That one again just clears more bodies. I mean, I think it was round 3 that I played the mirror match, and it's not intentionally, but it is kind of based to beat the mirror match. Obviously, you've got black cards. Of course, you've got the alternate flare, which doesn't hurt D Brigade as much as you would hope it would, because of the 2 commandos that are 4 cost, and one of which is on deletion that can bring out another body, whereas in Ultrash doesn't go for play cost, it goes for DP.
Yeah, no, exactly, and it's good in that matchup. It's also good in the Jesmon matchup to like take a Jesmon out and the full-on sister setup.
I think I think I played Jesmon in the last game, and it was just memory choking them constantly. They would do one thing, pass turn to me, and I was just swing, quite fast, and just make sure they can't go to 3 memory, and then go up 2 levels. They would always go up into one thing, and then that would be it. My one-off defeat, just another.
Your token defeat. And how many times did you hit that in security?
I don't know. I mean, it's been there quite a few times. It just pretty much puts it up to 5 Digimon that can jump out and from security for nothing. It's no. I mean, it's just there for. I mean, what exactly it does. I'm not really bothered about Digivolving and killing a tamer. If it happens, it happens. It's annoying when I see it in my hand quite early on, so I'm like, great. It's pretty much, I've got no way of Digivolving up. I need to wait until I've got the D Brigade in the trash, then I need to get a Dartdramon, I need to be able to play the Dartdramon, and it's just.
There's a lot of setup involved for it. And that's the iffy card overall when it comes to D Brigade, because it puts in so much work to defeat when it wants to. But the amount of people that draw their defeats first hand is terrible. And obviously now we've got things like the Mulligan, obviously for in line for Digifest. Not exactly even better, because you know you're going to just bottom deck your defeats at that point.
No, and it's not the worst deck to do that in, because of the constant drawing and then bottom decking of cards and then bringing it back up.
True, but still, I think putting if you draw into like even 1 or 2 defeats and you put them to the bottom, you don't likely expect to see them. Because by the time you get halfway through, D Brigade starts stacking its trash back into the top of his deck, so you actually don't get through the rest of your deck.
Yeah, I mean, I did play a game outside of the Gyrosean event against Security Control, and I was just trying to hang on for dear life. And early on, I bottom decked my Magnadramon when I did have it in the deck, and I was just like so much just trying to cycle through and trying to get that card back, and I think I managed to get it just at the right time, just before I could run out of time, and it was just recover for 2 just so they could stall out and deck themselves.
Very nice, very nice.
No, it's there.
Just in case, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Pretty much. I mean, there's a fair amount of times that you'll come out with the Dartdramon and you'll be too scared to swing, and the off chance it dies, knowing that you've got a 7 in hand. So unless they've got a small body that you can just swing into, you'll just come out and then Digivolve straight to the 7 for the effect.
Yeah, exactly.
There's far too many megas that'll crash with Dartdramon.
Yeah, we've been at only 11k, which I mean is reasonable, because if it was anything more than 11k with Rush, I'd be slightly concerned.
Yeah, I mean, you want them to come out and survive if you've got one of those in your hand. If you don't have a 7 in hand, it's just like, you can come out, swing, take the blocker out, get rid of the security. If you're still there by next turn, great. If not, then you'll be back shortly in a few turns.
Yeah.
Into option cards, this is the tech piece for pretty much the cheaper way of getting rid of the Mechanorimons. Dark Side Attack. I mean, I was quite happy in the starter deck when eventually black got a removal card, but then it's being only a play cost of 7. I felt like it came out at the time when a lot of level 5s were an 8 drop.
Yeah, it's kind of like Metal Garurumon, because Metal Garurumon came out in the same set, I believe, Digiburst 2-1. They gave them an interesting limit on the play cost. I think Melga is 6 cost play cost, and that one's 7. So they did put a pretty tight restriction on black overall, because like I said, red has a lot of 8 costs, purple has a lot of 8 costs.
But Digiburst and blow up a 6k or trash security.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a lot of restrictions put on some of the actual hard removal for black.
Yeah, but at least that's got
A secondary one.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of times you might actually prefer that.
Oh yeah, security control matchup, that card's great.
Either way, you're getting rid of something good.
Exactly.
I mean, they're getting rid of a body or trashing security and not having to deal with it. We've got 2 of the Iron Fisted Onslaught. Yeah, luckily enough, one of them in my first match against Gabby Bond, the first time and only time in the first game we went into Gabby Bond, the first hit was an Iron Fisted Onslaught. So it's like I lost a Digimon at the bottom of my deck, and then his guy just blew up. I was like, okay, I'll get a Digimon bottom decked, I'll lose a security for you to lose 2. Yeah, I'll take that trade. But no, I'm only gonna pretend that I never saw a fair amount of luck.
Well, I did say to you, literally when we was doing testing before all this, it's like, if you keep this luck going, you're going to do well. And look what happened.
Yeah, no, it definitely kept up. Like, I mean, it was Gabby Bond, Lilith Loop, which this deck worries about. I noticed, because I played it in another game against Mickey, and he was just because you're able to delete level 3s for like, pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
Effect, play an option card and Lilith Loop, which happens to be, of course, game memory for free. I've played an option card, Lady Devimon, ability is just pop a rookie. Okay, I mean, I've got a lot of rookies on the board here. Yes, I'm going to die.
Yeah, and you've got the Ginkaku and Kinkaku kind of stuff that pops things as well.
Yeah, it was just a nightmare. Like, if I get anything on the board, you just pretty much have to swing with it and be done with it.
Yeah, basically rush as quick as you can before they get set up.
I did lose that first game, but managed to take the next 2. But I was thinking that after I lost the first game, I was like, that was it. But yeah, the second game, the guy was really unlucky because I thought my luck was still holding. The first 3 checks of security where he's Zwart. So 3 of his 4 Zwarts were sitting in the first 3 security checks.
Ouch.
I mean, we were both like gobsmacked. And then I think the next 2 were like Rebellion or something, so it was like, out of 5 cards, it was 2 different Digimon. Which, yeah, that was very unlucky on his part.
Just keep that luck going, Alan. Just keep it rolling into BT7.
I mean, I think the first check in the 3rd round was also a Zwart. So it was just kind of like, oh, this can't be happening again. And I was like, that's one of them at the road.
Yeah, that's the thing. When Lilith Loop used to be a thing, is if you can get rid of those warts before anything goes off, yeah, you're in for a good time.
Yeah, but the only way to do that is to hit them in security.
Exactly.
I mean, I'd say you're quite fortunate to hit 2, never mind 3.
Yeah, you are playing some stacked odds there.
Well, I mean, out of 2, even 3 games, you'd like to think you hit one of them in security. Out of the 3 games. But out of the 3 games, I hit at least 4. After it's Onslaught, it's just a one-off ultimate flare.
Yeah, I mean that card puts in a lot of work in BT6 and EX against things like Gabby Bond and any kind of wide board, and that wasn't very good for obviously for the mirror. What are your thoughts on it going into BT7 though? I mean, I've looked at it. I don't think it's going to be a very heavy tech-ting card purely because most things are on tamers now. And I don't want to give people tamers back.
That's going to be the case. Like, you're just going to end up hitting it in security, or you'll have to drop it from hand, and then you'll de-digivolve something down to a tamer and then not kill it.
Literally. But I think at the point it's in use, I think it's definitely needed in there as at least a one or a two of.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to go two of. The Iron Fist is the better one, just because it's a guaranteed delete.
Yeah, unless you're playing against a cranium one.
Again, another, and I think it was the locals event. I played up against a black player that might have been using Digimon. She was new to the game, so she never really noticed what a lot of the stuff done. I think I had 2 of the 5k commandos down plus 2 of the blockers, and I could just tell that she had that card in hand and she was about to play it. And just as she played it, I was like, "Don't do that! Don't do that! Take it back!"
Yeah, they're all forecasts. Don't rob yourself of that victory.
Yeah, no, I was just nah. I wouldn't do that to somebody. I mean, maybe in an event.
Oh yeah, obviously, if it's prized event, money for grabs,
Yeah.
Sure.
If I've paid to be here, then so have you. And if you're going to make that mistake, then so be it.
Exactly, that's fair.
And the one-off that replaced my Magnadramon is a 1 Lucimon. Again, it's just a very slim chance that I need it, which again, I did use it against you in the practice.
Yeah.
And it saved my ass. Was it a dark side attack that I recovered?
I believe you did, yeah, because obviously, we kind of got late into the game because we were playing the mirror at this point, and you just threw down a Lucian, banking on some luck, and that luck came through thick and fast.
Yeah, considering I've only got 6 option cards.
But overall, what were your matchups, if you remember them?
Again, it was Gabby Bond, round 1. That was 2-0. I want to say that might have been the game where he started off with just going. He went first, chose to go first in the second game, go into Gabumon, drop down Matt. Is that alright? Put me on team memory. I'll hatch, bring out a commando, drop down a commando, drop down something else, possibly a Hagurumon. So I've trashed something already, drawn 2 cards, and I've got 3 swings coming at you next turn.
Yeah, that's just it. It's just the sheer resource you can throw down. Because when I played in the event, I took Jesmon and I had to play against D Brigade, and it was literally the case I couldn't do a single thing because I was choked to 1 the entire game. My tamers were all in security waiting for me. I was like, great, a little bit late now. He's just choking me.
Again, it was just very unfortunate and fortunate for me that he hit the Iron Fisted Onslaught straight off the bat. I was like, right, all you've done is hurt yourself and not done much to me at all.
No, you would have still had two bodies to swing with after that, so he was going to be down on 1 security.
Oh no, he never went into it straight away.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm just saying that later on in the game, when he did go into the Gabby Bond, he hurt himself more than he hurt me. Obviously, he was banking on going swing. I'm not entirely sure how many swings with like what Gabumon it was, but the fact that the first swing hits Iron Fisted Onslaught is just nasty.
Yeah, that's a win all around.
I could hear the kind of, oh god, in his like voice.
We've all been there.
The second again against Lilith Loop was just, I was expecting the loss. I mean, I was quite fortunate that I managed to pull through the Gabby Bond, but then the Lilith Loop, not only a few days after playing it before and then getting a royal beatdown, I was not expecting much. But again, just to pull the 2-1 out of the bag was very surprising. Then it was the mirror match. Again, he's more in lines of going the pure D Brigade minus tanks, I think. So he probably had more of the ultimate flares, but pretty much couldn't really play them.
Yeah, he was playing he was playing the security control variant because I know because I played him later on in the rounds.
Yeah, he had the Cordramon. That was the guy that you asked me about, and I thought it was somebody else.
Yeah, you told me the complete wrong information. Just so you know, all people, we are on the same team here. So he gave me complete misinformation and sent me in there blind.
Well, I mean, as soon as he hatches an egg, you're like, right, it's not the colour that he told me.
I went in there, like, oh, he's playing Gabby Bond. I was like, okay, yeah, okay, we'll see how this goes. It's like, whoa. I'm not prepared for this mentally now.
But Chumon was just sitting there teasing his Darkramon. I was like, you're not coming out. Or if you are, you're paying through the nose for it.
Yeah, or he's gonna have to ultimate flare a Chumon.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you're gonna have to do something about this little guy. I believe. I'm trying to think what he did to me. He probably did ultimate flare and clear a bit of my board, and because they obviously got rid of some commandos and put them in the trash, he obviously put me enough memory to bring down my Darkramon and then just retaliate by going into my Ultra S.
Yes, I think it literally is the anti for the mirror, the Ultra S.
And it was just obviously I don't think he could come back from that after it. Obviously, just Chumon eventually appeared and was just like, nah, you're not getting your guy out again. If he got his Mechanorimon out, it was just Dark Side attack, move on. I got mine out, he had very little way of dealing with it.
Yeah, in the normal list, you end up having to either Iron Fist it, or with some of the security lists now, they're running things like Ogremon and that as a potential out for it.
I mean, that's the thing though, as soon as I get a Mechanorimon out, if I can get a Sealdramon out, then it can't be Iron Fisted.
Yeah. It is it's a hard thing to remove from the D Brigade mirror, and that's why I think it's such a cost-effective thing against them.
I mean, sadly, it was the easiest match out of the three, just because of obviously what I'd played before.
Oh yeah, of course.
Nothing against him, but no, it just happened to be that way. And again, unintentionally, it's not built to deal with that. It's just got a lot of tech to deal with a lot of things. Like obviously the Chumon shuts down Darkramon like nothing else. But so does like all the other memory chokers. And again, because everyone's got memory boost, it's like I need Chumon. If a colour has a Digimon to stop memory, I'm going to put it in a deck from then on.
Of course.
Just waiting on red and yellow to catch up.
All in due time. All in due time.
Then I believe it was back to Gabu Bond. Honestly, trying to remember what happened in that game. I think that was again just the whole like Digimon to Gabumon, putting on 3, okay, Digimon. I've got 3 swings coming in, last one too. I did have 3 bodies on board at one point, and I was like, I'm expecting it, here it comes, because I was about to swing for game and I had Chumon out, so he was going to not get memory if I hit anything like Hammer Spark or that and security. So of course, he goes into Gabu Bond, trashes security, swings, bottom deck something, first thing he hits, Nanimon. It's like, right, okay, I'm getting a swing at you regardless of what happens now. And it was just, let's say, swing, bottom deck, something else, swing, bottom deck, something else. I feel like when that might have been the game where he got rid of the Chumon and then just started to go memory boost, go up to 3, drop down Gabumon, draw a card, memory boost plus Hammer Spark, drop down another Gabumon, draw a card, and he was just fishing for that Lobomon to swing for game. I'm sure that was that. It was just constantly, I don't know how much memory he went up to, but it was just like Gabumon, draw a card, Gabumon, draw a card. And I think he might have got it, obviously, just as he ran out of memory, use it. It was just brutal. Like, out of all the draws, potential Strabimons, like, I'm not entirely sure how many runs in the deck, but like me seeing that, I was like, I'm just expecting me to lose here and have to deal with Gabu Bond again. Like, because it'll be 1-0 for me, then it's probably going to be 1 each, so I'm going to have to go for a third round, and I shouldn't be winning these games against Gabu Bond. Like, I know this, but the fact he was just trying to dig on this Lobo, and he didn't get it in the end, it was just insane. Like, of course, I'm sitting here with no security, nothing to block, I'm just waiting for it, and it was just, Gabumon, draw a card, spawn a memory boost, and Hammer Spark, Gabumon, draw a card, and I can't even believe my luck here. It's just, this is round 4 and it's still holding out. How many rounds was it? 6?
6 rounds in total, I think it was.
Yeah, so that must the fifth round was Lord Knight, which I've not played in a while, and that was the game that I lost. I believe it was just a straight 2-0.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing as well because you run such small bodies, and obviously D Brigade hasn't had to put it with yellow as much as it had to back in the day. The reduction, I guess, caused a lot of problems. Just being able to constantly remove bodies.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got 2k Commandamon, I've got Tumon at 1, Legion at 1,
That's
even Nanimon's 2, so they're very easy to just pop with a small amount of swing to spend carry and TK minus 1000 off of Tumon, that's in.
play out a Nightmon, play out a Starmon. There goes majority of the board.
Yeah, really just pop things far too quickly and easily.
And then last round, what did you end up facing against?
Jesmon.
Desmond. Oh yeah, you took that one pretty straightforward.
I think the only game that I lost out of round 5 was against the Lilith Loop. Every other game was 2-0.
Very nice.
Again, it was just a case where he couldn't get his memory tamer out quick enough, or in the second game at all, and it was just memory choke. Throw something down, make sure he doesn't get to 3, even if that means digivolving Nanimon on top of a commando. Just so I could put him on 1 or 2 memory.
Yeah, no. And overall, you played an absolute blind up. So yeah, I remember in the event alongside you. That luck was holding up fine, but you played some solid games as well. I know we grafted out some of the mirrors and some of the more interesting matchups. I'm glad it paid off overall because you won yourself a nice little mat out of it, some tokens and a cash prize as well.
Yep.
I guess next time we see you on here, we will see you with your new mat.
Quite possibly. I mean, I feel like I should say it from when I'm running Diaboromon though.
Of course, to be thematic, it is a Diaboromon map. So we'll see that next time. Next time you're playing Diaborom, we'll expect the map.
But you've got yourself running the Winnabox on Monday, so I'll more likely be running this, as it's definitely done me justice.
You're going to be updating with anything for BT7 in preparation for Monday?
The only thing I could think of is to throw in 2 of the memory boosts, and I don't want to touch my option cards as is, so I believe I'd probably drop 2 of the Hagurumon.
Or potentially the Ultimate Flare.
Maybe. I mean, because it's only the one-off, keeping one-off is fine, I think.
Yeah, but you're all forgetting a key part of what came out with this one. So don't forget, Black gets its own hybrids now as well.
Yeah, I mean, true.
It's an alternative win con to Darchbond. So let's say you don't. Yeah, they have the whole thing down. You haven't got the memory to do it, but you've got 2 memory left.
I mean, in fairness, if I've got Joe and Izzy and Izzy out, I've got 5 memory, so I can do both.
Either or, yeah, exactly. But yeah, you have got the black hybrids if you want another additional win con.
It would be the Grumble one.
Yeah, Grumble's basically the Lobo black. The other one, Gigasmon, is a 3 cost. It's like the Kendo, but it just has blocker, which isn't that relevant.
No, because I'm playing it to run out and swing.
Exactly.
Run out and block.
So we'll expect to see this then on Monday then, overall. Anybody want to give any shout outs for the deck itself, testing, anything like that? Anybody from the team?
Sorry, was that directed at me?
Of course it was. I mean, you're the only person here.
I thought you were actually just asking for people to like comment.
No. This is I know this is your first rodeo here on Gordo's Games.
I'm going to listen to this back and think to myself, oh god, I hate that voice.
No. For yourself, is anybody that you want to give a shout out for, particularly offered any help?
Well, it's mostly yourself that's played it. Other people have just been when I've played them in the rounds and the locals. Aye.
Well, I'm glad the testing helped out. I'm glad that obviously going through everything paid off in the end, and you got the result. It was a nice win overall for Legion. and obviously for yourself. You pocketed a nice little pretty penny.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. I mean, again, unexpected.
of course.
Games were doing with crowd before it, so I was like, I'll stick with them. Unlike some people, you know.
I mean, I got mine built up still. Don't worry. I'm just adjusting mine. It's just that you gotta evolve with things, Alan.
Constantly adjusting.
I'm always evolving. What can I say? But from my side of things here at Gordo's Games, all right, we're gonna sign off here. Alan, Liddle, thank you for coming by. Thank you for the effort you put in, and well done for the second place result. It was nice to see. But if you do enjoy this content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications so you know when this content goes live for you, and you can see more content like this sexy Scottish bear we've got right here. So we'll catch you all later.